Pirates versus Cthulhu. In the early 18th century, at the height of the golden age of piracy, brave seafarers challenged not only empires but the very unknown depths of the ocean. But what transpires when these daring souls confront an unfathomable cosmic horror? Welcome aboard the Sea Serpent, captained by the infamous Marcus Flint. Tonight, we delve into an untold chapter of maritime history, a convergence of historical fact and mythos lore that challenges the very fabric of reality. Between 1690 and 1730, the Caribbean and the Atlantic were rife with pirate activity. Over 5,000 pirates roamed the seas, disrupting trade and amassing fortunes. The allure wasn't just gold, it was freedom from the rigid class structures of society. Life at sea demanded expertise in navigation, astronomy, and an understanding of complex wind patterns. The crew of the Sea Serpent exemplified this expertise, operating with a code that emphasized democracy and equal share, an early form of egalitarian society on the high seas. Captain Marcus Flint, a tactician whose strategies were studied by naval historians centuries later. First mate Isabella Drake, an Oxford-educated navigator who defied societal norms, her background steeped in mystery and whispered rumors of noble lineage. Gunner Thomas Deadeye O'Connell, renowned for his precision, boasting a 95% hit rate in naval engagements, a statistic unheard of at the time. Cook Samuel Sterling, a superstitious man, keeper of ancient maritime lore, and rumored to have knowledge of over 200 sea shanties. Their quest? To locate the lost treasure of Davy Jones, a trove estimated by modern economists to be worth over $100 million today. Maritime mythology often served as explanations for natural phenomena. Sailors' tales of sea monsters like the Kraken were in part early attempts to understand giant squids, which can reach lengths of up to 43 feet, 13 meters. But some legends hinted at older, more cosmic entities. The notion of Cthulhu, though popularized by Lovecraft in the 20th century, has parallels in earlier folklore. Some scholars draw connections to the Philistine deity Dagon or the Sumerian god Enki. Could these be manifestations of the same primordial fear? The crew retrieves a waterlogged ancient map from the remains of a shipwreck. Close-ups reveal intricate designs and unfamiliar constellations. Isabella Drake, examining the map. These symbols, they don't correspond to any known language. This isn't just a map, it's a chronicle. The map's parchment, later analyzed, is found to be made from materials not native to any known region, a perplexing detail that adds to its enigma. The Sea Serpent departs under swirling clouds. Compasses spin erratically, hourglasses seem inconsistent. Crew member. The compass points east, but the sun sets over the bow. How can that be? Magnetic anomalies like these are now understood to be caused by variations in Earth's geomagnetic field, which can fluctuate due to solar activity. But, to the pirates, it augured ill omen. Crew members experience hallucinations, ethereal whispers are heard below deck. Samuel Sterling, whispering a prayer. The spirits are restless, we venture where no mortals should tread. Sleep deprivation and scopolamine exposure from certain mold spores could induce such symptoms. Yet the synchronicity of experiences suggests a shared external influence. The crew gathers for an evening of sea shanties. The atmosphere is tense but momentarily uplifted. Crew. 15 men on the dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. Isabella, to Captain Flint. I believe the map is a warning. These coordinates align with no known charts, and the stars depicted correspond to no celestial patterns, Captain Flint. Superstition doesn't steer this ship, Isabella. Fortune favors the bold. An island emerges from the fog, its topography defying conventional geology, with rock formations resembling non-Euclidean geometry. The island's structures challenge the principles of geometry, hinting at dimensions beyond human perception, a concept explored in theories of quantum physics and higher dimensional spaces. The crew disembarks, venturing into cyclopean ruins adorned with eldritch symbols. Isabella, running her fingers over an inscription. This script predates Sumerian cuneiform by millennia. It's a linguistic relic of a bygone era. Modern linguistics would struggle to classify such a language. Theoretical xenolinguistics proposes frameworks for decoding extraterrestrial communication, but here the challenge is undeniably terrestrial, yet alien. Artifacts emit frequencies, causing physical discomfort. Instruments fail to function nearby. Gunner O'Connell. My watch stopped the moment I stepped closer. It's as if time stands still here. Time dilation is a proven phenomenon in physics, particularly in the context of general relativity near massive objects. Could localized fields cause micro-scale temporal anomalies? Captain Flint removes a central idol despite Isabella's protests. The ground trembles, the ocean recedes unnaturally. Isabella, you've triggered a cataclysm. The inscriptions warned of this. Seismic activities and tsunamis can be induced by undersea earthquakes. However, what's observed defies natural explanation. A rapid oceanic withdrawal signaling something colossal. A gargantuan entity emerges from the depths. Cthulhu's form transcends comprehension, causing visible distortion in the air around it. Witnessing such a being could induce acute psychological trauma. Studies on the effects of infrasonic frequencies show that certain sounds can cause anxiety and distress, perhaps an evolutionary response to natural disasters. Crew members flee, some incapacitated by sheer terror. The island begins to crumble into the sea. Samuel Sterling, gripping his head, "The madness! It's inside my mind!" Mass hysteria can spread rapidly in closed groups, exacerbated by stress and fear. The phenomenon here, however, suggests a direct neurological impact from an external source. Survivors race back to the sea serpent. The ship struggles to depart as the ocean swirls chaotically. Captain Flint, "Man the cannons. We won't go down without a fight." Engaging a leviathan of this magnitude is futile, yet it highlights the human spirit's refusal to succumb without resistance, a topic extensively discussed in existential philosophy. Cannons fire, explosions illuminate the night but have negligible effect. Cthulhu retaliates with destructive force. Gunnar O'Connell, "Our weapons are useless. We're ants beneath its gaze." This scenario underscores the limitations of human technology when faced with forces beyond our comprehension, a humbling reminder reflected in the great filter theory of the Fermi paradox. Isabella recalls the ritual from the inscriptions, a potential way to subdue Cthulhu. Isabella, "There's a binding ritual, but it requires immense sacrifice and precise execution. It's our only chance." Captain Flint, "Do what you must. We'll buy you time." Ritualistic practices have been used historically to exert control over perceived supernatural forces, an embodiment of Jungian archetypes in the collective unconscious. The ritual. Isabella orchestrates the ritual. Crew members form a circle, chanting in synchrony. Symbols are drawn with chalk and blood. The use of ancient languages and symbols may tap into deep-seated cognitive responses, potentially influencing psychological states, a concept explored in neurotheology. The ritual demands a life. Captain Flint, acknowledging his role in unleashing the terror, offers himself. Captain Flint to Isabella, "Lead them home. The sea was always my true companion." He enters the circle, and as the ritual completes, a blinding light engulfs the scene. Sacrifice as a motif symbolizes the ultimate altruism. In this context, it's a convergence of personal responsibility and mythic heroism, a theme recurrent in Joseph Campbell's monomyth. The storm ceases, the sea calms. Cthulhu recedes into the depths, and the sky begins to clear. Isabella, holding Flint's hat, "He gave everything so we could have a future." The cost of confronting the unknown often comes with great loss. It's a recurring narrative in human exploration, from polar expeditions to space travel. Survivors gather on deck, tending to the wounded and reflecting in silence. Samuel Sterling, "The stories will never capture what we've witnessed." Shared trauma can forge unbreakable bonds, yet also imposes a heavy psychological toll, a subject extensively studied in post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, among combat veterans. The sea serpent sails toward the horizon, the sun rising ahead. Isabella addressing the crew, "We carry the weight of knowledge too burdensome for the world. Let this be our shared secret." The decision to withhold information touches on ethical debates about knowledge dissemination and the potential consequences of revealing truths that humanity may not be ready to confront. Years later, tales of the sea serpent become maritime legends, cautionary tales told in hushed tones. Their story becomes part of the ocean's vast lore, a reminder of the thin line between myth and reality. It invites us to ponder what else lies beneath the waves, awaiting rediscovery. Epilogue. Deep underwater visuals. The camera moves through dark abyssal plains until it focuses on a colossal dormant figure. A single eye opens, emitting an otherworldly glow. In the abyssal depths, beyond the reach of our deepest submersibles, which have explored less than 5% of the ocean floor, something stirs. The insignificance of humans becomes apparent when faced with the cosmos's vast mysteries. Our oceans cover over 360 million square kilometers, harboring untold secrets. As we advance technologically, we must balance our thirst for knowledge with respect for the unknown. After all, some doors, once opened, may never be closed again. What are your thoughts on the boundaries between myth and reality? Could such entities exist beyond our understanding? Share your insights in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into history's mysteries. Next episode teaser. Join us next time as we uncover the secrets of the Amazon's lost civilizations and the technology they may have possessed centuries ahead of their time.